Hello again, everybody. Oh, sorry about that. This is Commodore Urban here with my latest update of Ship Talk. And today I am going to give a critique on a model kit that I recently had gotten online. And this model kit is Glencoe Models SS France. And it is a 1/450 scale. And as you can see on the box is big as hell. Well, when I got this model, I had a lot of high hopes for it because I've seen the Idea Toy Corporation's model of France, which that's what Glencoe's model is based off of, the same molds and dies used to create ITC's kit, which has been used to create this one. But the one thing I really hated once I got the model, it was molded in black and gray plastic, and that's really hard to cover, especially when you're trying to paint something white. And it took me such a long, long fucking time to get the fucking pieces painted in the right color that I need because of the color of the plastic. And and right here on the side of the box, if you can see it, I'll try shining the light a little bit. You can kind of see there's a picture of the ship right here, and it says, "The world's longest and most luxurious passenger ship. This is how the France was described shortly after she entered North Atlantic service in February of 1962. The France represented the ultimate ocean liners," and it just keeps going on and on and on. And then it says in 1979 she was bought by Norwegian Caribbean Lines and turned to Norway, blah blah blah. And it says kit includes a single piece 24.5-inch hull and decals by Scalemaster and Visiclear. Well, for this being as old as it is, it was a really challenging, hard model, and it was made in 1996. And when I got it, it never was open. It was still wrapped. So that model had never, 19 years it spent in the box until I recently got it about a month or so ago, and I had built it. And if you want to see the instructions, I gotta open the instructions in the box here real quick. Bunch of junk. The instructions are just basically 2 flat sheets of paper, like so. And on the front sheet, it shows the ship. And then as you flip the sheets over, it gives you the step guide to build the ship. Step 1 through 4 on that piece. Step 5 through 7 on this side. And finally step 8 through step 10. Step 10 is optional with the rigging, which, if you know me personally, I like to do the rigging on my models, so I did do that. But overall, I will give this model for finished product visual presentation, I will give it a 9.5 because it is a beautiful model once it's completed. Now, as for the time it takes to paint and assemble a model, I would give it probably about a 4 because, well, 4 for assembly, about 2 for paint because it was a bitch. It was a real fucking bitch. And because it took forever to cover everything. And if you messed up on something, you had to scrape off the paint, and there's that nasty ass gray plastic, and you had to fucking cover over and shit. And it pissed me off. But here is the finished product. Right? Here is the finished product. And as you can see here, it looks awesome. I did everything according to the instructions, including from my own research. I was able to, you know, make this look more like the real ship. Now, I've read, blogs and stuff online where people took this model and did a bunch of modification stuff to make it look like the real France, because there's some things that are wrong with the actual kit itself. But me, I didn't do that shit. I mean, yeah, I did some things. I painted things differently to make it look more realistic. Like, if you, shit. If you can kind of see here on these upper structure of the ship, which, let me bring it closer into the light. If you can see the vent patterns that I done here, you can see I painted the vents on the upper stack houses, and you can see here. So it says France, and then you swing around to the stern of the vessel. Oh shit. The legs of the base fell off, but I didn't glue them in, so, fuck it. Anyway, there's the stern. There are the propellers. One of the feet still hung on. And there's the bow. Anyway, I'm going to set this back up here again. Okay. Now, since this fell off, take that one off. But as you can see, overall, it's a beautiful ship model. It's well worth it. And if you're lucky enough, you can find these for a good bargain. But there's only one I've seen on eBay here recently, and they're wanting $60 for it, which that's decent, because the other model Glencoe produced, which is the SS United States, which I'm still hunting for one or wanting one, they go for over $100 plus. So I mean, if you really want a large scale model of a famous ocean liner that looks nice once you're done with it, consider the France. But I'm gonna warn you, you better have lots of fucking paint, because buddy, you're gonna need it. And since I'm showing you this model, I'm going to show you a couple of things I actually have from the ship, both as when she was an ocean liner for the French line, and when she was a Caribbean cruise ship under the Norwegian Cruise Lines as the SS Norway. Now let me put my model down here for a moment. I'm going to show you the first piece. I have this dinner menu from 1969 from the SS France. On the front, it's got this French painting of this man and a woman. Looks like the man was a gardener and the woman, I don't know if she's playing a flute or something. It's really weird watercolor painting. I mean, at the bottom it says Compagnie Générale Transatlantique, which is French for Company General Transatlantic, or French line for short. And you open it up, and it shows the inside. And at the top it says Pack-You-Bot France. Now, Pack-You-Bot, if you don't know, it's French for steamship. So if you read anything in books that's Pack-You-Bot, that means steamship. So remember that. And it says Chef de Cuisine Henry Lehude. I guess that's the head chef. And then chef suggestions. And on this side, it's the American. And on this side, no wait, sorry, I got that mixed. This side is the French side of the menu, and this side is the American side. So whatever you see on this side, it's Americanized on this side. So let me find a good thing to kind of use as I don't know. Yeah. Some of the food looked kind of nice, but I don't know if I would eat half the shit that they served. I don't know. Here we go. This one over here, this jambon de Westphalie, jambon de Virginia Azura de Abra, which means West Plila ham, Virginia ham with maple syrup. Sounds good to a fat boy, don't it? And on the back of this menu, you have this little poem which is in French. I'm not even gonna try to fucking read it, okay? And at the bottom of it says copyright 1965 by Jean A. Mercer, Paris, Today, and printed in France. So that's the piece I have from this was the France. Okay? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Now the other pieces I'm going to show you, which are smaller, are from the cruise ship SS Norway. They're luggage tags. Basic, simple little luggage tags. It's a SS Norway NCL Pier 1 on the back side. It says SS Norway, Norwegian Caribbean Lines, 1 Biscayne Tower, Miami, Florida, 33131. And I've got 2 of them. And if you know about the history of the Norway, she sailed as a Caribbean cruise ship once being turned into Norway from France in the early 1980s until 2004, 2005, I don't really remember. And she was abruptly removed from service after she had a boiler explosion, which killed several people on board, as well as destroying a lot of major machinery inside the ship. And that was a real sad end for the ship. And the ship was scrapped, and the only major remaining piece of the ship left is the tip of the bow, which is at the entrance to the Maritime Museum in Le Havre, France, which is still the headquarters today for the French line, which is kind of interesting to note. And so that is my review for the Glencoe SS France model, and also showed you a little bit of history about the ship from my personal collection. And until next time, this is Commodore Urban saying, happy sailing, my good friends.